Up next, it's Week 11 action in the NFL with the Steelers in town to take on the Chargers. Pittsburgh's dominated the series with 24 wins to LA's 10. Will the dominance continue? Find out on Sunday night.
Night beginning to fall over Southern California, but the lights are shining bright here at the spectacular SoFi Stadium in metropolitan Los Angeles. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Los Angeles Chargers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at our visitors coming into play here. They know coming in they've got to be at their best because they're facing one of the better overall defenses in the NFL.
And this is not one of the better offenses around in terms of running the football. So they understand that they're going to be put to the test a bit. The big plays in the run game, they haven't been there of late, so maybe that means we'll see them shake things up a little bit. Some RPOs, some touch passes, some draw plays. Anything to try and gain a little bit of momentum.
Season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Returning from his end zone is Ray McCloud. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Steelers here ready to go to work for the first time. And the grizzled vet, Ben Roethlisberger, bringing him out now in his 18th season in the National Football League.
And what a career we've seen from Ben Roethlisberger. Awfully consistent, tough, durable, strong in the pocket, great leader, a guy who stands in and throws it downfield, and has also added to his game the ability to get the ball out of his hands quickly and let his guys do work downfield.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. A boatload of carries, 105 yards.
And they've got a nice scheme going right now, and they run the football pretty well. In fact, I was talking with him on the field before the game, and he said he's starting to hear from the guys ahead of him on the rushing yardage total, and they want to know if he's going to jump up there and join them at the top.
And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Joey Bosa in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at 3rd down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback too.
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Now it's Roethlisberger. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. Off the play fake. Here's Roethlisberger. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. So, Charles, defensively here, you're going up against a veteran quarterback. He's got a lot of know-how, a ton of savvy, but a guy who's not the most mobile of quarterbacks. What's the plan of attack?
You spend all week pumping up your defensive front. Your defensive tackles, your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys who go after the quarterback the most, because you know that he's not going to run and beat you consistently throughout the game. You can rush more aggressively off the edge and even up the middle, because even if he evades you, he's not going to go very far. You have a lot more confidence going after him in the pocket.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up, and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did, that time for a loss.
Second and 11 now. Now Roethlisberger. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play, one-on-one matchup with someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Now Balaj. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive. This is third down. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 14. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. To throw on 2nd and 10, Roethlisberger. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And the Steelers are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Roethlisberger. He's got Claypool for a Steeler touchdown. Chase Claypool, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. Extra point put through by Boswell, and it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Andre Roberts now to return it. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. An excellent way to start the drive there. 18 yards. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved. Able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guy's. Because you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. More from L.A. in a moment. 2nd and 11. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39.
It's a gain of 3.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Alex Highsmith able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. So on 4th down, here's Ty Long to punt for the Chargers. Back deep, Ray McLeod. .36 yards on the punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. On the give, this is Harris. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Balaj. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And down to the 27-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first. Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. He gets this one to Johnson. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Johnson. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They go play action now. Roethlisberger. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Gain of 9 yards. First down, Pittsburgh.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Joey Bosa, he's the one to get him, and that is sack Sack number 7 for him on the year. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though, and they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
Able to hit his target, Claypool. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
That's what I'm talking about.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Brings up 4th down. Chris Boswell looking for the field goal. A 29-yard attempt.
And Boswell's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And Roberts choosing not to bring this one out. The Chargers going to take over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. Justin Herbert looking to pass. This is swung out to Eckler. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now it's Herbert. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Here's Ty Long now as he'll punt it away for the second time. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. This one into the hands of the running back, Balaj. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 14. Throwing again on second down, Roethlisberger. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. They'll set up the screen to Balaj. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They run with Harris. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. On first down, it's Roethlisberger. He finds his man Johnson. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you.
There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the...
From the 27, Herbert. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Chris Wormley just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Herbert. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Third and long always tilts to the defense. And I just remember as a player how many times it was hammered into my head. Know where the sticks are and get him down in front of it. But sometimes what happens is you worry about where that is much more than the person who has the ball. And on that play, they didn't have enough focus on him. And somehow he turned a short pass into a first down.
Going deep here for Allen. And this one is incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Herbert now. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Cameron Hayward able to record his 5th sack of the season.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And Pittsburgh with 6 defensive backs in the game here on third down. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
A gain of 7.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
Here's Ty Long now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. McLeod to return it. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the delay, it's Balaj. Running right through him. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
They run it with Balaj. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Roethlisberger to throw. Completion here to Claypool. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 38-yard line. 11 yards for number 11. They'll throw on 1st down with Roethlisberger. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. Here's Harris. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. Now Roethlisberger. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Uchenna and Wosu got the sack there. He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled. Out of the gun, Herbert. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here, back at the 21-yard line.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. Pittsburgh offense making their way back out with this lead and the football. Things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
Now Roethlisberger. He's got Claypool for a Steeler touchdown. Chase Claypool, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on 4th down, and now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the 4th quarter because you know you've got to make something happen. They couldn't pick up the first down, and after that, the air just went right out of the balloon, and you knew you were looking at a defeated team.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Roberts now on the return. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Here we go. The Chargers take over first and 10.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is.
Here's Herbert. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And the Steelers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Another solid game-changing play for this defense with the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too.
Samuel Jr. on the tackle. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Brought down by Drew Tranquil. It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. 48 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
This is Harris. And he'll be brought down at about the 42.
Trent Murphy made the tackle. It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough. But, yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys were nails out there.
So for the Steelers, the win form is number 6 on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, it's a loss that'll drop them back to 500 through 10 games. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos.